The Rocket, your travels around so far, what do you find to be the big issues as far as the people are concerned in the campaign?
John, at this point in the campaign, I think there's a great many Hoosier citizens who are enjoying their summer and their vacations and their county fairs and their festivals and other events that are taking place. The candidates, of course, are preparing for the campaign. They're getting organized and getting ready to present their case. I believe, as far as the state of Indiana is concerned, that the citizens of Indiana are ready to move. I think they're going to be interested in a major program of road construction and maintaining the high standards and quality of our school system. They're going to be interested in economic development, which I have, of course, been most interested in the last 3.5 years. And I think that means creating new jobs and new opportunities for our Hoosier citizens. And I think they're going to be interested in modernizing state government. These are just four that I think are most important, and we'll be talking about throughout the campaign.
How do you think the national issues and the national candidates are going to affect the Indiana election in November?
Well, in a presidential election, normally this does have an effect on a state campaign. However, I think the public is very much informed as to issues and candidates, and will be in this election. I think this will be an election in which the voter will look very carefully at the candidate at every level, and what he stands for and what his party stands for. For this reason, I think it's up to me as the gubernatorial candidate of the Democratic Party, and for our state ticket as well as our county and local tickets, to present our cases on what we're going to do for Indiana, what we're going to do for Delaware County, what we're going to do for the 10th District. These are the questions I think the citizens of this area and the people of Indiana are going to be interested in.
Now, your party had a real Donnybrook at the convention as far as choosing a candidate. Do you think this sort of split has hurt the Democratic Party as far as their chances in November?
No, I think it created new enthusiasm within our party. I found many people who attended our convention, and it was the first one they'd ever been to, and they said it was so exciting that they want to come back to the next one 2 years from now and the one after that. I have, of course, made a statement since then that I am now interested in looking at the proposition of going to direct primaries as a manner of selecting our candidates. The reason I stated, too, prior to that, I had always favored the convention system because I thought it might be less expensive to the candidate. However, I think today the citizens are fully informed and they want to participate in their government, and this is what makes our democracy work.
Would you favor that primary system as far as selecting our national presidential candidates, too, as some have spoken of?
This is possible. I haven't explored it to that extent. Again, in a way we have this with our primaries, although they vary from state to state, and their effect, whether they're binding or not on a delegation. This perhaps should be looked at.
I'm having a heck of a time figuring out what time it is or what time it's supposed to be. If you were elected governor, what would you do about that?
Well, I can remember the first time I entered the House of Representatives, and we were embroiled in this issue, and I'm happy to see the federal government isn't doing any better than we did. I do think the citizens of Indiana prefer one time, and what that one time should be, I'm not prepared to say, but I do not think they enjoy or economically can we afford the division that is presently outlined. Now, one of the problems is, of course, that we have certain areas that are affected by areas across the state line. For instance, your Lake County area is affected by Chicago. Your area in New Albany and Jeffersonville is affected by what Louisville does to some extent. And Evansville, of course, perhaps is affected by the tri-state area. These are isolated examples, but generally our state, I believe, should be in one time zone. I think this is what our citizens prefer, and economically, for the benefit of all of our citizens working and all of our business and industry that is done, this would be a much better system.